So
Oh,
I don't know
okay.
if that. I don't know if I told you about that or not. But yeah, I usually. I mean, right now it doesn't matter, but I usually going forward. I mean, usually when I do sessions, I record the little sessions. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure I told you that already. I'll tell everybody about all this stuff. Again.
Yeah. No, I was already told. It was in the post, I believe, that the sessions are going to be recorded. So.
Yeah, it's just better to be upfront about it. But
Yeah, no worries. I get it. Some people don't actually read posts fully sometimes.
yeah.
Well, no, I'm excited for
So
this.
this
I've been reading through the book.
Oh yeah. So this other guy says he can't make it tonight for some reason. Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Oh, gosh, we'll see how many people there are going to be. But yeah. So you've been reading through the book.
Yeah, I've been reading through the book. I have a loose character idea already set up.
Okay.
If it doesn't fit, then I can always make another one. I was mainly curious of if we were going to be like if we're all going to be vault dwellers or not.
Oh yeah. So I had this idea of wanting to have some of the at least some of the starting characters be from the vault. We can like do a little session. But maybe future characters don't have to really be. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with this system. This is my first like real go around with it. But I know a decent amount. But I got the book in the mail. I haven't really had a chance to read too much of it, but I have a bunch of ideas and been working on some stuff. I know it uses like the 2d20, and then there's
Yeah.
like it's not, it doesn't look that complicated. I mean, it looks really complicated initially, but it seems pretty simple from what I can actually tell. So
The dice rolling to me seems like the only like complicated part. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
yeah, because like I mean, yeah, what I've seen, it's like it's initially a little bit kind of awkward, but like really, it's not too hard. I don't think. I'll find out. I'll find out just how hard it really is. But it's like you roll 2d20. Yeah, if they get like a couple, there's like easy, normal, medium, or there's like 4 or 5 different challenges you have to get like X amount of successes, and you succeed.
Yeah.
And you can like burn action points and different character stuff. I'll test. I'll do some more testing out of it.
It's really similar to the Warhammer Fantasy one. I think Warhammer Fantasy does the same exact stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've only played it. I ran a game once and it uses but I ran it on like Roll20, so it would automatically like tell you like how many successes and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But it uses
Yeah,
the D100.
I played that Warhammer Fantasy RPG like 10 years ago. I was in the campaign, but
Ooh, okay.
it's a long time ago. So
That's
might
fair.
have been more than it might have been like 14 years ago. But yeah, I don't remember exactly all the mechanics. I know the game was super complicated, like
Yeah.
obscenely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
I mean,
remember that too.
luckily they knew what they were doing, or at least they pretended like they knew what they were doing. So
Mm.
at least there was that. Okay. So yeah, I don't know if you want to tell me about your character ideas.
Oh yeah, sure. The character that I first had an idea for was, I don't know too much about the lore of Fallout, but I looked up a little bit of it just to like make sure I wasn't gonna play someone who possibly wouldn't fit in right away. So, because the idea I had was it was going to be like a German chemist that got permission to enter a vault because he was going to be one of the medical staff there. And his main thing is that he's just really smart and not good at much else. And if I was able to play him as like a ghoul, then I would have a full reason of why he wears basically like a gas mask the entire time. He's basically like the modern version of a plague doctor. That's what he is.
Okay, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like intelligent builds. Um, they're kind of wacky a little bit, but I mean, it's possible. Like, um, yeah, um, okay. So
Yeah,
there's also like I mean, like you got a good idea. Then you kind of need to flesh it out a little bit more. But yeah, you guys, it's definitely plausible.
mhm.
Um, you might need to figure out like, I mean, like, there's like some of the reasons like what's the like the purpose or like like where are you, like kind of like where you came from or like why you do what you do, and like some of the like maybe some different like plot hooks and stuff like that. But I mean, it's definitely plausible if you wanted to try it.
Oh yeah. Uh, yeah. I was just wondering because like in the lore of Fallout, from what I know at least, is like it's mostly the U.S. and China. I don't think they mentioned Germany at all. But I also know that the Fallout timeline kind of takes place like World War One, World War Two, or something like that. At least their version of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it's set on Earth, so I mean, like Germany exists, but yeah, it's not always like directly mentioned, maybe,
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean, like, or otherwise you could have been. And there's a lot of ways you could kind of like make it make sense. You can kind of just for some reason you were in the like, maybe you were in the United States of America for some reason, or I don't know, maybe you had a
Fleeing a
uh,
Cold War, maybe.
yeah, or your family, or you had family traditional lines that were linked, like, are just very German. It
Hmm.
taught you German stuff. Um, so you can always kind of make a character, just kind of stick them in, but um, if that's what you want. Otherwise you also can just change your nationality too. It's not like that, not that big of a deal.
Hmm.
Um, depends on what you want. Um, okay. So yeah, I was coming up with some ideas for the setting. I don't know how many other people are even going to be, right? I presume that I thought like a couple people would have been here,
Hmm.
but you never know. But I was thinking about the idea of trying it out in. I was kind of like maybe like a Texas kind of area, or it could be like kind of like the one of those. There's a few different other states it could be linked to. Like there's I have to look on like the actual map. I think there's like Colorado or like Arkansas or Texas. So like kind of like that little like deserty, um, whatever kind of. I'm not sure what the type of region I'm trying to call it. Kind of like maybe like a little bit almost like a western kind of like, it could be like that kind of area.
Yeah.
So I might do that. I was looking at the timelines from like there's like Fallout 3 and 4 in New Vegas. There's also like the TV show. I was kind of looking at it, so that's what I was trying to go with. I think it was like 2280, because that would be a little bit before Fallout 4, but like Fallout 3 would have been kind of finished. There's like
Hmm.
New Vegas. Some of those like it's like kind of like a little bit after and before some of the stuff. So there's still kind of like a lot of room for interpretation, but
Hmm.
it's still kind of set a little bit too. So that was kind of my idea.
Okay.
Um, because I know there's also there's Fallout. I don't know if you ever heard of the video game series of Wasteland.
No, I don't actually.
So it's basically Fallout. It's just like there's the original Fallout games, and then they got canceled, and they made Wasteland, and then they made
Mhm.
like Fallout 3 came out. It's like Fallout 3 is like this huge phenomenon, and then it's kind of like Wasteland is basically like a top down like turn based Fallout, I guess. It's basically
Hmm.
what it is. So I was thinking I mean, there's like they call them like the desert rangers. So there's like kind of like you got squads and you do like missions and stuff, solve
Oh, okay.
problems. Like a small little governing area. But so I might merge some of it together, depending on what I can use.
Hmm.
Um but yeah yeah. So there's a handful of different ideas. Trying to think. So there's also kind of like trying to figure out like what the players like goal or their like the purpose of like why they're doing things together. I know like in D&D, there's like your adventures. There could be like because like usually they have the players have to have some kind of a common purpose of why they're kind of together and what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure that out. I know there's a couple different options. I mean, I was gonna talk with more people here too, but hey, again, yeah, two of the people just aren't gonna be here. So, okay, but yeah, so again, like you guys could be together, and you guys could be going out on some kind of like maybe there's like a headquarters, and you guys are working together to like, and maybe you could solve problems, but maybe you could also have your own personal like goals at the same time too. Like it could be like kind of like a squad going out. Like yeah, different investigations. I'm trying to think. I'm sure there's multiple ways you guys, depending on how you guys want to do. Again, you could just be like kind of like survivors, and you all trying to like kind of find your own way to how to come to peace. There's a few other routes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think about this so far?
So far, generally it's really gonna depend on what everyone else kind of thing. I can roll with whatever. I've been doing role playing games for a long ass time, so I can roll with whatever story we decide to come up with. I do think since we're going to be in the time period in between like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, I believe Fallout 3 was all about purifying the water. So that could be a big thing that still hasn't been fixed in Texas. And New Vegas is way off in California. So it's not really going to affect us.
Yeah.
So I guess it could be like, I guess depending on like what we decide, it would basically be like, because like if we get to decide what like I guess species we get to pick at the beginning, because the Fallout book, from what I've read so far, it really lets you pick like a lot of different species. Like you could be a super mutant or like a robot, like a Mr. Handy, if you wanted to. That's like some of the options there. So like if people start picking off those, then it wouldn't make too much sense if we were vault dwellers. And we'd probably have to all come together. We could be like members of like the NCR, maybe trying to establish themselves here in Texas. Or
yeah.
Or we could, if people go with the Brotherhood of Steel route, we could be a squad of Brotherhood, was it Legates? Something like that? The lowest rankers.
The lowest rankers. I'm trying to think what the name they're called. I don't call them recruits. I don't know, they're not recruits. Like initiates. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Brotherhood
Initiates, yeah. We could be a large like group of initiates, like 100 initiates sent out to scout out Texas to find suitable location to settle down the Brotherhood of Steel.
Yeah, we got some options. I mean, also you guys could find a faction after you've gone out too.
Yeah.
So you could start from, you also could start from a faction and then bail from it and go to a different one. Yeah, I had some. You got multiple routes. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I was gonna say. I had something in my mind I was gonna say. I just can't think what I was gonna say now. Okay. Oh yeah. I guess about the races. I'll have to think about this, about what makes sense. Because like I feel like the human is like the normal race in the world. And there's a couple yeah, there's like some ghouls maybe, or something like very humanoid. Is very like there's a couple humanoids that makes sense, but the question is like when you start having all these exotic races, just how much, I don't know. It's like how much sense does it really make exactly? And like, I'll have to think about that. I mean, because like you have like a Mr. Handy, you have like a super mutant, and you have like a ghoul, and you have like a I don't know. It's like you have a group of adventurers going out in the world, and like, it could make sense, but I might want to try to limit the exotic races a little bit. Maybe like one person in the group is like a very exotic race, but not having like having mostly humans. Maybe like one ghoul. To sort of like kind of limit it a little bit. So just keep it somewhat normal, like the Fallout lore. But
Yeah, what were the races again? They are. I know Wastelander is one as well. Hazards. Okay, character. Choose origin. That's what it's called. So the different origins are Brotherhood Initiate, Ghoul, Super Mutant, Mr. Handy, Survivor, Vault Dweller, and that's it. There's technically like 3 different humans.
okay,
So Brotherhood, Wastelander, and or Brotherhood, Survivor, and Vault Dweller, and then there's Ghoul, Super Mutant, and Mr. Handy as the exotic ones.
okay, yeah. I'm also okay with like doing some homebrew if need be. I can open it up further, right? If need be, depending on what people are interested in. Might have to figure out how to balance it, but you can always expand it. Like also, it's like different factions, like very similar, but just like little tweaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of factions out there. I guess it really depends on what. I know the other I had 2 other people, and there's probably a couple other people here. I'm trying to find more players. I'm sure they'll get more soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have a bunch of people, and then sometimes they'd show up, and then sometimes they leave. It's kind of a chaotic mess, but
Yeah.
So I think I got 3 solid people right now, and there might be a couple more. So
Okay.
but okay, I think I got one more new person today. The person, I mean, like kind of like just joined today, so it might take some time. Yeah, so I think we got like a basic idea, and I feel like also that the whole vault starting in the vault area, it doesn't have to happen necessarily either. It's just a cool option. It could be like a little bit of an easy start and might make sense, but like it doesn't have to happen either. We also could just all start out in the wasteland and then kind of merge together too.
I'm personally good with either option, honestly. Like, I do think starting out at a vault, since everyone, or at least most of us, are going to be like new to the system, starting out at a vault or at least some sort of like camp with like people that could help us out if needed would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's fair. And like also my idea was that people could start on the vault, like obviously like for whatever reason you guys leave, and then like you go out, and we could always just do like a small time jump too, like you guys all spend like a couple months or something out in the thing, and then now you're together again, or you leave and
Yeah.
come back. Like there's multiple ways to do that. So
Yeah.
it would really depend on what people want. So yeah. So you have you ever played? You never played this Fallout game before, have you?
Nope, never played it.
Nope. Okay. Have you do you have your character mostly built right now?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much built. The only thing I don't have I have like a notepad of like every stat that I put in, all the items that they have. I kind of scuffed that a little bit though. Um, but they're pretty much done.
Okay.
The only thing I don't have is like a concrete backstory for them just yet, just because I want to make sure that me playing a German character is like okay with everyone. Because who knows, maybe someone's more knowledgeable about Fallout lore than me and will tell me like, oh, playing a German person in a vault is kind of weird, something like that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, there are like several German characters in Fallout, but it's not like they don't exist. Like one of them is like a Nazi, so that person's like real evil. Like really, that's a
Uh,
really terrible. But that's a terrifying moment. I don't know if you played Fallout 3. There's like
uh,
PTSD.
no, I only played Fallout 3 a little bit. I know the ending and story, but other than that, I don't actually know much about it.
Yeah,
The one that
and
I
there's
know the
another.
most. Oh,
Yeah, and
sorry.
there's another one from the TV show. It's like kind of like a German scientist. I don't even know if he's German, but somewhere in Europe. There's some kind of accent, so I don't know. There's like another scientist out there. So there's several. Yeah, there's several scientists from different places. There's like
Mhm.
there's scientists from like Asia. There's scientists from all sorts of places. Um, it's definitely plausible.
Okay.
Um, so well, I was thinking, I don't know, we could just try. I mean, let's like, do you, is your character able like how much combat capabilities does your character have?
Oh, they're perfectly fine. I know I did describe them as they can't do much else. That's not necessarily true. He can do other stuff because his just his main stat is in intelligence. Like he has an 8 in intelligence and then he has like a 7 in agility. So small guns and pistols and stuff are going to be his go-to firearm. Maybe sniper rifles later on, but I planned on playing him more of like a combat medic and maybe a druggie, getting a lot of stims and stuff.
Okay, yeah. So we could try. We could do. I don't know. I was thinking about with one person. We could try a small combat maybe, or just test out. We could test out some of the system a little bit if you're interested.
Oh yeah, I'm all good for that. I'm game.
Okay. So I'm trying to think how much I actually have. I mean, like I know how to like do like tabletop role playing games. I'm just not the specific system. Trying to get how to make it actually work.
Hmm.
Um. Okay. Let's see here. So, oh yeah, I also let me see if I can find this online. I use this some kind of like this dice roller online. I don't know how you normally would. I don't know how you normally roll your dice. Um.
Oh, I guess it just depends on the table. I was gonna ask about that. How would you like us to roll a dice? Because some people don't mind. Others like rolling their own dice, and others like I need to see the dice rolls and all that. So I don't care where we
Yeah.
roll though.
Um. Yeah, I found this one online. So I can figure out. Where it's at. I have one from my other campaign. Let me see if I can look it up.
Mhm.
I know this one uses a little bit of a wonky D6s. Could be. Check.
Yeah.
I know the D20s I think are fine. Um, where's it at? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I just need to make a new table for it. It's called like Roll Dice with Friends. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Just make a new one here. Okay. Okay, I made this here. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put this in the chat. Figure this out.
Oh, yeah, good.
Alright. Tell me if you can click on that or what you see.
Let's see here. Show chat. Ah, yeah.
So I think you can change your name on there. So I guess we could just roll 2d20. Oh, I didn't change my name on here either. Oh, that's why you guys do it the same way I do. Okay. Let's try this. So I made one called Follow Up, but apparently that one already existed. So I was like, oh. Maybe there's not like a password. I don't know. There might be a password on here somewhere, but okay. So I have the Follow dice in the mail. I don't know how much I actually need the physical ones or not, but I'll have to figure out how the conversion is. I'm sure there's a Follow dice roller somewhere out here.
It does say what the conversion is in the book, I believe. What page was that on? Let's see here. Ah, here it is. Wait. Yeah, here it is. So for combat, when we're rolling the d6s, it is on page 29. And then page 28 is hit location and ranges and all that for weapons.
Okay. So the d6 will roll. So I guess 3 and 4 are considered blank.
Yeah.
And then so the 5 and 6 I think are both the same thing too. This isn't super complicated. I mean, I know some dice are really complicated. I don't think it doesn't use. I don't think it uses too many different types of dice. I have to double check. I know I played that Star Wars game, and that game had like 5 different types of dice, so it's really complicated.
No,
like
this one
having the real dice is really nice in the Star Wars game, but this one might not be that big of a deal.
We just changed the amount of dice from what I can tell.
Yeah.
Like we can increase increase the amount of d20s we roll and maybe increase the amount of d6s, and that's about it.
Yeah. It's simplistic enough. The d20 is pretty easy. Even the d6s aren't super difficult either. Since 4 of the results are identical, and then the 1 and 2 is it's pretty simple. Okay. So I'd be fine with using this, but yeah, because I know this is from like different campaigns. Like a lot of players like being able to like see the physical the dice being the results, and they can look back. And then sometimes people get upset with like whether or not like it's like obviously I don't want to accuse anybody or like in the game, like cheating or like whether or not they're like they kind of holds people accountable. So they kind
Yeah.
of have to like other players can see other players' results, and then they can kind of like it's like when you're like playing D&D and like you're like rolling nat 20s. People don't know whether you're like really like cheating or you're not cheating, and having something that people can kind of look at together
Mhm.
is it's a useful thing. Um, I've tried the honor system. I mean, most of the time I think it's fine as long as you know the people pretty well. The honor system's fine, but there's some
Yeah.
real shady people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My main thing is just like there's no reason to be cheating at a role playing game. If you have to cheat at a role playing game, then pop off, chief. I guess like
Yeah,
it's not that deep.
yeah.
I
Okay.
just never understood cheating in a role playing game. To me, like bad stuff is supposed to happen. That's how the game actually gets interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like there's just I guess the more you get more competitive and you get some like I don't know. Yeah, it's very petty. I feel like when I look back years ago, all that stuff is like super petty.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Base.
Okay.
Let's see here. I do wonder where everyone else is, though.
Well, I know two of the people said they weren't going to be able to make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be yeah. So I guess I got three other people I think currently, although I don't. Yeah, it's. So I think I got four players right now, but they're not here. I guess. Um, like I also did want people to. Like I had that little prompt, or what do you call it, that shows like put a little green check mark or the red X or the tentative. I did
Yeah, I
want
saw
people
that.
to do that. Yeah, it's it's like I gotta sit there and kind of like teach people and remind them how to keep clicking on it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to think who else I even would have had. Um, yeah, this might we might not be doing a ton tonight. So
That's fine.
I guess we'll just plan again for next week. We'll just I'm working on building the world up more and getting more
Uh-huh.
stuff fleshed out. Oh yeah, I can make one of these a character sheet for you. You can you can put some of the you can put like your information on there. Or I know you said did you handwrite it or did you do it with somewhere on a device?
I did it on my phone. It was
Okay,
during like work while I was sitting there, not too
okay,
busy, so I was able to just read and work on it.
yeah, we can get your information on one of these character sheets. I think my goal. So what I've heard many times from many people is like 3 to 5 players is like kind of like the sweet spot of how many people you want.
Uh-huh.
So I think from online, I was thinking I wanted to try to get about 6 like mostly consistent core players because that way even if 2 people aren't going to be able to make it, we'll have roughly 4 people. And I know there's it seems like there's always somebody who's not going to be there every week. It feels like so from what I've learned,
Understandable.
but so I think trying to aim for about 6 people I think is a reasonable number because and you
Oh
like
yeah.
eight people is like exhausting. It's like that's not really plausible, but um yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, I tried to give those rolls out so I can keep them separate. Let me check my rolls. Who's all part of the you're currently. Okay, here, I'll remove some of the people who didn't. Yeah, I had like 5 people, but some of them just left. So
I know that I know I don't know. It made me chuckle with that really impatient dude. I was like, oh, since we're not doing the book, I'm gonna dip. And here we are
Yeah,
doing the book now.
yeah. I was, yeah. I was like, I'm not gonna argue with the guy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I think, yeah. I know. I was like, I'm probably gonna use the book for most of it, but just like a little bit of homebrew.
Yeah.
That's completely normal to like kind of do your own thing too. But
Mhm.
it's kind of flipped out. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
I got this guy called Jim Boyve, and then I got other guy called Mac Rath.
Mhm.
Trying to think. So I think you're in here somewhere. Yeah, you're in here. Trying to think. I think one of the new people maybe was like Broke Fang. I think might have been in here.
Mhm.
Trying to think. I had like 5 other people on this list. I think they all left the server or they all quit. So I think we got maybe 4 players. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out and try to recruit more players.
Mhm.
But and I know I have at least 3 players currently. There might be a 4th. So it's it's humble. It's humble beginnings. Like I haven't really. Well, once I
Oh,
get
yeah.
more information made, and once I'm a little, I'll need to just sit down, probably by myself, and just kind of practice some of these like combat mechanics a little bit more, and
Mhm.
I'll test out some of these systems a little bit more, and yeah, we'll get it rolling. And
Yeah.
there's tons of people interested in it, so like sometimes like the other thing is sometimes I have like so many players that it's like I mean it's like it can be the inverse way. I have like 20 people like, and then I have to kind of like figure out who I want to stay and who's gonna go.
Yeah.
Um, because like I had this. I don't know how much you've seen my other campaign. I have so many people that I had to kind of limit it down. It's like um, but yeah, it'll probably be the same with this one. Okay, so I guess one of the other things is so like I kind of use I mostly have my phone. So I know that I like the other systems, but I don't really have like a good computer or anything. And a lot of
Oh,
times,
okay.
yeah. So like, so the maps are a little bit challenging. I have just multiple ways I go about it. One is that I don't know if you ever. I think I uploaded a couple on here somewhere. But I mean, I make some basic combat maps. At least so there's like a good reference.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, I'm working on making some more too. So, but I'm not sure if you've seen any of these. Let's see here. I mean, I just made a couple.
Yeah. You sent like 2 Fallout maps.
Yeah, I put some little icons on them, and then like let's see if I can find this. I think these are just test maps. Let me see
Mm.
if we can upload these on here. He's gonna upload. This is just jank testing it out. So I try to make some icons. So like I might okay. So I don't know if you see these 2 maps on here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. This is a hypothetical. I just made something. I don't. There's like a death claw on one of them. It's probably gonna kill the whole party. But I might. Yeah. I guess with maps, I might. I try to. I mean, I might draw an arrow representing that's the direction you're coming from. I might
Mhm.
put something down for the players. Usually, I put like an enemy on the map or a couple other things on the map. So you can get some basic references of what kind of maybe what the environment might look like, or what stuff you could interact with.
So we're mostly going to be doing like theater of the mind.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like I use theater of the mind, but I also do some props too. So like I
Okay.
might also do some like portraits of certain characters, what they might look like. So I
Mhm.
might do some better, so a little bit more visual representation of some stuff. Because like I mean, I think for combat it's a little more different than like actual like talking and stuff.
Mhm.
But um, and I'm probably at some point gonna make a world map so people can look at the different major areas. I'm gonna work on some more stuff because like when I built my like D&D kind of world, like it's more like, you know, I don't know what you call it, like fictional or fantasy. I kind of just made it from scratch, but now I got like another location. Um, I'll work on making a couple big maps so people can kind of look at the kind of like, you know, different locations of where you can go at.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously a lot of stuff is kind of like hidden, but there's like big locations that are kind of obvious. Like there might be like a big city somewhere or like a big
Yeah.
faction. That stuff isn't super complicated. I mean, it's like there's no reason you wouldn't be able to know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So. All right. So I guess the question is, what do you want to do from here? Do you want to call it, or do you want to do anything else, or you want to talk about anything else?
Well, I don't mind if you want to like test out some stuff. I'm all for it. I'll probably start putting down. Should I just take up any of these character sheet slots?
Yeah. I'll change one of the names. Yeah. You can have the first one. You can have whichever one you want.
Okay.
I just kind of label them player 1 and player 2, but I'll change. I was gonna change the name, you know, when a person joins.
All right. So, if you don't mind with prompts, around 6 player counts. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm all for. It just sucks that no one showed up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the 2 other people decide they're just not gonna be able to make it now. Like kind of like last second, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then yeah, last week I had like 4 people, and then like 2 people didn't show up. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So
Yeah.
I think I've had 3 one-on-one conversations, and but yeah, it happens. Sometimes you get so many people like you can't even talk either. Oh yeah, I guess since you're here, some of the other things that I kind of put down for like, I guess we call like expectations. So I'm still kind of fleshing these out a little bit more, but like generally like, and like I'm like for me it's like I've been trying to have it started around 6 o'clock. I mean, I guess Central Time. I don't know what time it is for you over there, or what time
You're
zone?
you're just an hour ahead of me. I mean, I'm an hour ahead of you. That's it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, starting at 6. I've been trying to do. So like I'm trying to do about maybe 2 hours, and maybe it can go to 3 hours depending on what people want. I try to take a break somewhere in the middle. I think it's kind of like I might do like a 15. I was thinking 15-minute break. Sometimes I don't know if that's too long or not, or maybe too short. But I do like a break at some point.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, a lot of these are from my other campaign. I don't. This is technically different, but they're very similar, I guess. If I streamline them right, I could change them, but so I know that for my other one, I usually for my other game, I try to like put one combat in every session if I can. I don't know. It's like I don't know how if it's super combat heavy or if it's a little bit less. It could be, but I'm probably gonna try to put at least one combat in if I can help it. In
Okay.
like every session, it's generally what I try to do.
Okay.
But if there's like a boss fight or there's different things, I mean, it can vary, right?
Yeah.
And then yeah, so kind of what I was doing for role playing, like when you go into like the more like the heavier like role play, I was kind of like leaving it more open to the player, and like if there's like kind of like it's like kind of like if it's open and free, like the player can kind of do as much or little of like direct like role playing their character direct, like more for what they want to do. But it's like there might be like a quest, or there might be like an adventure, or there might be different stuff going on. But like kind of like I feel like I kind of leave it a little more open to the player what they like, if they really want to go like heavy in character or different, all that kind of stuff. So that's more. I mean, we can always just talk about how much or how little you guys want to do for that. And because like, there's just talking, right, and there's like intrigue. And there's a lot of different stuff that goes on like in a role playing game. How much actual role play do we do?
Uh-huh.
That'll be you guys' you can let me know what you think about that.
Oh, I'm a big role play person, so the more
Okay.
the better for me.
Okay. Yeah. So just trying to find a healthy mix of how much of different areas you guys like or don't like doing.
Yeah.
Because I know there's like I know there's just different what do you call it? There's just different levels of like of stuff you can do in a game.
Yeah.
So some people I think some people want more and want less. Because I know also I feel like it's a lot easier to role play when you guys are like when you have a task that you guys are kind of all working on together. That's when it makes it a little bit easier. I feel like it's kind of like more open to want to role play than you're doing something together. I feel like so I think that's kind of what I feel like maybe. I mean, maybe that's not what other people feel like, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I personally really like roleplay in general. I'll probably try to do a lot of it personally. If other people don't necessarily want to, that's gonna suck for me, but oh well.
So well, what do you mean? What do you mean in your mind, or what do you envision like the idea of what role playing is supposed to be?
Oh, generally talking in character, like just playing out the character's actions, what they're doing, or maybe like a just having personal talks. Because I like to talk, even if I don't play a charismatic heavy character, which this guy isn't. I mean, he's above average, I suppose, but um, I still enjoy talking, uh, pulling up things, just like learning about the other characters. That's why I also do like pretty in-depth backstories when I actually like know how everyone is like and I know the setting more. I write generally like a page, maybe a page and a half of backstory, depending.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's cool. That's
I've
cool.
yeah, I've done this quite a bit, and I do think that in terms of role playing games, it's just more fun when everyone is like super invested into their character, who they are, how they became to be, and all that, and want to like actually, you know, explore that and talk about it with others.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty down with that kind of stuff too. Because I do a lot of world building. I build lots of characters and stuff, right? But yeah, yeah, like, I'd be fine with it. I mean, depending on how it goes, like we can build some kind of like an arc for your character, maybe stuff like that. Um, yeah, we can work on fleshing your character out more too.
Mhm.
Because I know there's like kind of like where you start is not usually exactly where you end, but you have like maybe a plan of like where you want your character to go, and like in terms of like their morality or their I don't know where their views and like what their purpose is and their, all that stuff. So we can work on building some kind of an arc um to start out with too. I know some people I met some people just don't like doing heavy role play, and some people really like it.
Yeah,
So
some people don't. Sucks, but hey,
yeah,
it's whatever.
I think it's a comfort level thing too. Some people just aren't comfortable. So
This is true. Newer
yeah,
players generally don't like it that much.
it's a fun thing to do though, and like it's a role playing game. You're supposed to role play in a role playing game. So it's
Mm-hmm.
called. It's like yeah, because I look back at all the stories and all the games I played. Like the mechanics are cool, but I don't care that much, right? The
Yeah.
stories and like the characters, that's what matters. Like shooting them up, whatever is fun. Like I like that, but it's kind of like forgettable though years later. But
Oh yeah, unless it's like
like,
a
I'm
super, like a massive boss fight or something.
yeah. Like Fallout 4, I felt like was really good like combat system.
Oh,
So like that game was like great, but yeah, okay, all right, yeah, this is a good little session.
yeah.
Um,
Oh crap. Okay, I need to figure out how to do this part. Yeah, the parts that I don't have like written down in my notes are like stuff I didn't like do anything to. Like I like have my tag skills, my skill increases and all that, but if it wasn't increased or touched, it's just not here in my notes.
oh,
I gotta figure that out real quick.
okay, yeah, I feel like okay, so like I was gonna maybe like have some extra starting stuff. I don't know just how powerful or how balanced some of this stuff would be. I think I'm trying to think. I wrote down one of these notes. Figure out where it is. I wrote down some like I might give some starting like well not like too heavy, but some extra starting like stuff out too.
Yeah.
Maybe the same for everybody. I'm trying to think what I oh yeah, so like I don't know how powerful all this stuff really is in the game,
Uh-huh.
but I mean maybe it's a little more player favored. That's like I was thinking like so I have to figure out the HP. I was thinking like maybe like +2 HP. Um, you get like an extra. You get like I mean, maybe like one perk. They might be like a very simplistic perk. Maybe one
Alright.
tribute point. Then there's some extra equipment, like maybe like a. And some of this was kind of like from like maybe like a little bit of the vault stuff, but like you might maybe like a 10 millimeter pistol with some rounds, like a security baton. Was like I don't know how much caps. I don't know what the cap system exactly in this specific game is. I know about some random small number like 50 caps, maybe a
Uh-huh.
vault jumpsuit, and then maybe like one stim pack. Um,
Yeah.
just some extra goodies to like. And I might change it up a little bit, but just like some basic stuff. I mean, maybe the pistol or like a security baton would be like at like lesser condition or something, but it
Mhm.
would be like little extra goodies to start out with. Um,
There's I think in general we're kind of stronger than the Fallout, like the video game counterparts, actually, because what's my total stat points? So the total special points that I have is 510, because you get a certain amount of attribute points based off of a couple things. It's based off of your origin, I believe. Actually, hold that thought. I need to head to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
okay.
All right, I'm back.
Hey,
Here we go. So the special attributes, the math for it is. At the beginning of creating a character, every special attribute starts with the rank of 5, unless Origin alters it. You have 5 points to spend to increase your attributes. Each point increases a single attribute by 1. No attribute may be increased above 10, although your Origin may alter the maximum from some attributes. You may reduce special attribute rank to 4 to gain a point to spend in another attribute.
okay.
So
Yeah, it's like the same as all the Fallout. Yeah. So yeah, I'll work on that. I might just I think I might just not give the attribute point, but I mean I'm not against the idea of giving like a perk or something. You know, as long as there's a lot of jank little perks or what do they call it? Perks or it's not something they're called something. What are they called?
they're called perks.
It's they're called perks. Okay, I might come up with a custom little perk I might give you guys to start out with. Yeah.
That would be cool. We all start off with one perk anyway.
Yeah.
And then based off of our intelligence, we get more starting skill ranks. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of things about the Fallout. I think from what I've heard about the core rules, this game can be kind of brutal. I feel like sometimes like death could be kind of savage, I guess. But
Our starting
yeah,
HP isn't that high, I will say. Our starting HP is definitely not that high. Because like the maximum starting HP you could have is without like Origin playing a part is like 20, I believe.
Oh, okay.
10 and 10. Yeah, because it's based off of our endurance stat and our luck. So right now, I have I have 10 because I just have a 5 in endurance and 5 in luck.
Hmm.
But if someone like really cut down their points, the maximum is like 20 because they would just have 10 luck, 10 endurance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll have to try to figure out just how hard certain scenarios should be or not. But
Mhm.
that stuff will take some time. It's not that big of a deal either. I mean, like I feel like as a game master, my job isn't to just violently kill all the players mercilessly, but I mean, like death. Sometimes death might happen, right? But not like I try not to like TPK right constantly.
Mhm.
But one player might go down. Like sometimes people go down in combat, and maybe like a big fight, one player might die, but somewhat reasonable at least. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think okay. So I'm looking at my sheet here. I don't know how much you read. So there's several. There's like a bunch of different options. One could be that there's some type of like an oil war going on, maybe above the surface. So that could be like one of these like plot opportunities for characters. There could be different factions or different gangs working on. Because like oil could be like a really like valuable resource. Um, so that's an option. There's also like the water. I think they call it the water crisis, or like there could be also there could be like a water war. Water could be like extremely valuable resource, and different
Mhm.
people want it. Or they want to control who's allowed to have the water, who gets to make the money from it, or so that could be another option. I think it was kind of like a faith survival mission. That also could be an option. I guess the players could work together on some kind of like a survival thing. It could be a faction. It could be all the players together. So those are some other options. But yeah,
Yeah. All those sound like pretty good options, honestly.
yeah. There's a lot of different story options. I guess trying to figure out just how much like story you guys want versus how much just kind of just do your own thing on. It's like these are things that I'm working on more as like a game master, but I mean obviously everybody has their own like viewpoint, like just how much of like the main story do like I push and you guys can choose to go for it, or if you guys want to do like side missions or kind of do your own little thing, you can come
Mhm.
back to the story. There's like multiple like pathways of how you can go about it. I don't want to say like a video game, not entirely like a video game, but it's like you can kind of put the main story on hold, or maybe the main story will come into your side quest eventually too. So that'll be an option you guys can think about and talk about. Um, because like side stuff can give you it could be some really interesting, like you can get valuable loot. First, I might if you guys do side quests, I might give you some like little like goody stuff you can get in the game.
Mhm.
So, but and the main story is obviously interesting too. So it'll be that. Yeah. I was writing out a bunch of different names of stuff, coming up with a
Mhm.
bunch of different like combat kind of encounters. I was building a bunch of NPCs too.
Oh, okay. So
So I'm
NPC.
trying to flesh out the world a little more too. Other
Mhm.
than like what kind of like what exists, right? But like there's mechanics, but there's also like characters and stuff.
Mhm.
So I think I made some ideas, some like very easy combat and then like easy combats. There's obviously a lot harder combats. Those are challenging though. So like I think on some of the easy ones, like there's some like rad roaches and like a boiler bolt. Maybe some like bloat flies.
Mhm.
Maybe like an eyebot. Those are probably like very easy ones. I think some other easy ones might be like a little bit of like a feral ghoul, be like a wounded super mutant, pack of dogs, some like simplistic raiders. I think those are some easy encounters I came up with. There's a lot of options. It's kind of like some of the starting potential options. There's like 20 other ones too.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna work on some more. I'm working on more stuff. Okay.
Medic perk. Medic. I believe it's only one rank for medic. Where are you? Medic. I found a fillable character sheet PDF. That's it. Who the heck is medic? Yes, it's somewhere. Refractor. Interesting. What is this? When you're scavenging a location that contains medicine or chems, you find one additional item randomly determined with spending AP. Ooh, that's nice. For later.
Yeah, I guess I would also say if there's other books out there that are the official books, I mean, I'm pretty open to them being used, even if we don't own them. And then if there's if there's like custom, like if you find some homebrew stuff out there, I know there's a bunch that's already made. I might be open to it as long as it's not like obscenely like broken or anything. I might be willing to try it. So I also just might make some of my own crap too to put out there. Just trying to keep it somewhat reasonable. um, but yeah, we'll see here. Let's see.
There's medic. When you first hit action, you change. There we go. There you are, medic. Rank 1. Oh, 1B. On a medical check. There we go. Right. First aid action or treat injury. Oh, never mind. Let me actually write down. First aid check. Treat. And injury. Oh yeah, the damage in combat is definitely pretty in depth.
Yeah.
I need to. Don't have any damage resistances. How does the HP work though?
So I guess another question would be just like like the difficulty of like how difficult do you guys necessarily want it to? Do you want it to be like kind of more simple and easy to start with, or do you want it to be like more normal? I don't know, like not like an easy mode. Like it depends on what you guys want though.
From what I remember in the post, it was going to be, or at least I don't know if it's gonna change now, but I remember it saying that it was gonna be more like a darker themed. So I figured it was gonna be like kind of shit. Like we're gonna be kind of in the shit from the get go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I assumed at least. That's why this
Oh,
guy's
that's fair.
definitely gonna be some sort of drug addict.
That's
He for
fine. Yeah, just questions.
Oh, yeah.
It's like how hard do you guys like? I mean, like how savage like do you really want me to be? Right, is the real question.
I personally think that the threat of death should always be a constant factor.
Okay.
We should generally feel like our lives are going to be always in danger unless we're in a very, very safe location. I
Then
mean, it
everybody else
is.
we feel they're gonna die right now.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
this is the Fallout world. You take one wrong turn, you could be face to face with like 10 rad roaches.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see here. Oh, how does my HP work? This is equipment. That's not where I want to be. Attributes. Yeah, that's perks. Derived statistics. Carry weight, damage resistance. We don't have any damage resistances. Health points, yes. Initiative. Perception and agility. Okay. Perception 5, agility 7, so my initiative is 12. Defense. If your agility is 8 or less, defense 1, 9 or higher, defense 2. Okay. Defense 1. Melee. My melee is +1. If it's 6 or lower, you get a bonus. Oh. If you have a strength of 6 or less, you gain a bonus. Oh, okay. So, melee damage 0. I am not good at melee. These hands are made for injections and delicate procedures, not rough housing shank.
Oh yeah.
Maybe I'll find the HP stuff in combat. Cover, environments, regain HP, critical injuries, dying, healing. Damage types, hit location. Did you tell me? No. Okay, major actions, making an attack. Okay, no, that didn't help. How am I supposed to know? What's it called? My max health is 10. Current HP 10. What is the
Oh yeah. Another thing, I guess, like when it comes to like the leveling up. So
Yes.
I guess there's different like so like I feel like I don't know what Follow exactly uses. I think it might use like some kind of like an XP per level, but I mean I might just do kind of what I was doing for the other one. I was doing something like a milestone leveling up. Might be like less tedious to keep track of. Um, so I might try something like that for this. Well, what do you think about the leveling up thing?
I don't mind how we level up. We can level up as slow or as fast as you want, honestly. I don't really mind.
Okay. Because I feel like for Fallout, it's like I kind of like you slowly get like small little boosts and you become stronger. So it's
Yeah.
like less about class and more just like you just get like a couple things periodically. You just kind of eventually become OP. But But yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that at all. It does look like generally when we level up, we don't get much. What do we get on level ups? Your maximum health increases by 1. You choose one skill to increase by 1 rank up to a maximum of 6. You gain a single perk. Most perks have some requirements which the character must meet for you to select the perk. So there's specific levels. We get a perk every level? Damn, that's a lot. Hold on.
oh, yeah, I
That's a
still have to
lot.
read through the book, and I play like all the games, but yeah, I know some of the games like you get like a perk like every other level, maybe some of them every level. Um, yeah, well, what do you know what it says? I mean, I have the book here. Do you know what it says like when you get attribute points?
Uh, it doesn't look like we get attributes. We don't get any special points on level up. I think that's something different, right? Let's check here. Health skill, 1 perk. Do-do-do-do-do. Page 58, maybe? Say something. I don't think our special points ever increase. Our special points only increase, I think, with equipment.
Okay.
So once we have our special points, like that's it, I think. It's just skills, perks. There's probably a perk that lets us increase our special, right? I think so.
I'm sure I can. I might make a way so you guys can slowly get attribute points periodically too. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
gonna be like impossible, right? But like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
That's very important. Okay. Well, I can't find this part, so I'm just gonna leave this stuff blank, I guess.
Which ones you talking about?
There's different hit areas. There's different hit locations, and each hit location has its own HP. So I just don't know what the calculation is for each hit location's HP.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We'll figure that out. It won't be impossible, right?
Yeah, most of the time we're gonna get hit in the torso anyway, but there is the headshot of 1 and 2. There is the
Yeah.
headshot. Um, so that's pretty much done. This is all pretty much done. I just need to now add in my equipment. And then this character sheet is finished.
Okay.
Yeah. Come along very nicely. Let us see. What are the items that I got? Wastelander. We got a Vault Dweller. So, Vault Tech Resident. So, I get a lab coat, Mentats, the Vault Tech Resident gear, which is a jumpsuit, Vault Tech branded canteen containing 1 purified water, Pip Boy, Switchblade, 10mm pistol with 6+3 damage rounds of 10mm ammunition, 2 stim packs, 10 caps. Okay.
Yeah, I did hear some of the loot, or what do you call it, the crafting and like getting the loot can be a little bit overwhelming or tedious. But I'll have to figure that out. There's like apparently there's like 30 different types of like rounds of ammunition, which is like a little bit obnoxious. But um, I guess I'll figure out how to keep it somewhat reasonable.
Just
Um,
gotta figure out which ammo types is like really
yeah,
good and which ammo types is really bad, and that's it. So I need to know.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, I'll figure out how to reason with it. Yeah, and
mhm.
there's also like the crafting system. And some of the stuff is cool, but it could be like I don't know, like really complicated. I'll figure out just how much I want to do or don't want to do.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, because like maybe we can like if because like apparently because so like when you beat enemies and like you find stuff, you just find a very specific type. I think you find random types of like ammunition and stuff. So like getting the right weapons and like being able to use them. Um, so I might like maybe you can be able to buy different ammunition from certain settlements, or like
Yeah.
sell certain ammunition for like half of it or something. Um,
Mhm.
so I'll try to figure out a way to because like try not to make the players too have too much power, but like you can still be able to fire weapons without having to. It's like never finding any like what's like I don't know like a 10 millimeter round like never finding any of those anywhere like it could be like really like a pain in the butt, right? But
Oh,
I don't know. It's like hmm,
okay. Let's see here. I require to add name skill TN. The fuck's TN? Type, rate, range, qualities, ammo, weight, tag. What? I can tag weapons. Interesting. Caliber 10 millimeter. 5 millimeter. Quantity. It says 6 plus 3 damage rounds of 10 millimeter. So 6 rounds. Dang. It's not a lot of ammo, huh? What was my other items that I picked up? Another 6, so 12. So I have 12 bullets. Not bad. Not bad at all.
okay.
I guess. Weapon, name, 10 millimeter pistol. The skill it goes off of is agility. Which is at a plus 7. I think that's how that works. Maybe. Just
Is there anything you want to be able to do for your character that's not written in the rules? I guess is the other question.
um not too sure, honestly. I guess I'm probably going to ask to do something debilitating to this guy. Like how I don't know if you've seen the Fallout show.
Yeah, I've seen both seasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the ghoul he has to take like some sort of medication, right? So he
Oh
doesn't
my
go
gosh.
feral.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I was basically going to do something similar to that. Depending on if I could play a ghoul or not, it would basically be like if it was a ghoul, it would basically be the same thing. Some sort of medication to make sure he doesn't go crazy. And if I can't play ghoul, then I'm going to play a vault dweller and it's just going to be like drugs to stabilize his hands like Doctor Strange where he basically got really fucked up and he has to take like certain medical drugs for himself to stay functioning.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty open to the idea of a ghoul. I mean, like I want like more like the humanoid. I feel like ultimately, but like, a ghoul is pretty humanoid.
Oh, I have the picture that I'm going to use for him. He's basically going to look human unless someone pries off his mask that's been melted onto him. Let me send you. This is basically the idea of what I was going for.
Okay, this is like a gas mask on mostly.
Yeah, this mask would be melted, quote unquote, onto his face, so he can't remove it. It's just part of him now, or at least he
Okay.
can't remove it without extreme injury to his face.
Huh. I guess I'm not sure. I'm not sure how familiar I am exactly with like ghouls. So the other question is like, do ghouls have to like eat and drink?
I don't think so. I need to check that actually, but I don't
Yeah, I'm
think
not.
so generally.
I'm not super familiar with exactly with the lore, like all the little details. But I mean, I think it's fine.
Lore wise, they don't necessarily need to eat or drink. They do need to sleep and rest. Um, and they can absorb radiation to heal themselves. All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
You are immune to radiation damage. In fact, you're healed by it. You regain 1 HP for every 3 points of radiation damage inflicted upon you. In addition, survival becomes a tag skill and increases by 2 ranks. It doesn't say. It doesn't say in the book, at least, if I need to eat or drink. I guess.
So
I
I guess.
think it would
Oh yeah.
make
So I guess what
sense.
I
Yeah.
think what I'm reading is they don't need to do it, but I guess I feel like you could technically do it if you wanted to, or maybe it tastes good or it feels good or something. But you don't really have to, right? Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I guess it would make sense because you see like feral ghouls eating corpses. So,
or I
and
guess
that
yeah, I guess like I think what I'm reading here is like you can sustain yourself, I guess, like on radiation, but you need something to like
kind of be
you need something to
injecting.
like yeah, you need something to like yeah, or those like or you have to drink those little vials, or you have to do something to like sustain yourself, or yeah.
Injecting myself with pure radiation. Well, this is my medicine.
I guess I would say for your character, because they have the gas mask, maybe there's like a slot that you could open up for your mouth. I guess if you wanted to. Oh, you
Yeah,
could figure that out. Yeah, you could open up
like
something that you could.
that big tube area, the big tube on the gas mask. So I could have something on it to where I can like either push stuff down the tube or take off the tube part.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can figure that out. It's not. It won't be that big of a deal, but you can figure something out for it.
Uh,
Um.
I've I plan on making it to where basically he literally is just human. Like he just appears very normal and human like until later on if he ever does reveal himself fully.
Okay.
Tell people.
It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. And yeah, I'll figure out just like I mean, probably like I don't see any reason like players couldn't just play whatever like the race they want, right?
Yeah.
But there is the norm, but like I mean, really, I don't see why it would be because like I mean, like if you look, if they were like a super mutant, they'd have to be they would have to have a level of like intelligence to be able to like interact with the world, so that would make sense. Or like
Mhm.
different characters have to have some kind of normal ability, like if you're like a robot, you still have to have some kind of way to make sense of some levels. But yeah, it's definitely possible.
Mhm.
Um, okay, all right. So yeah, hopefully next week you get some more people to show up. Um, yeah, I know I got the two other people. So yeah, so we could do the vault. We could start out in the vault. I don't know. That might not make sense for everybody either. But we could
Yeah.
you like we could just be out in the wastes and meeting together. Maybe we go to a vault and just like kind of you can maybe see them.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'll figure out the starting point. Yeah, maybe I'll just have you guys all build some characters, and yeah, we'll just kind of figure out a way to put you together.
Mhm.
What do you feel like your character's purpose in the world would be?
His purpose would be to find uh it would basically be to find a cure of some sort for his own sickness. So like, well, since I can play a ghoul, I'm gonna need to change my character stuff a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna have to change my character stuff a little bit. But um since he's a ghoul, he views himself as a monster and anyone else who is a ghoul as a monster. So he's definitely trying to find himself and for other ghouls a cure to reverse the effects of this radiation sickness and the effects it had on them.
Okay.
That would basically be his main thing. Secondary would be survival, yada yada. Find a nice place to call home and that's very secured.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah. This character definitely generally wants to help other people, especially ghouls. But he's definitely supposed to be a kind, if not slightly unstable person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, having a gas mask melted onto your having protective gear melted onto your skin, probably being from post-war era because ghouls don't age and are effectively immortal when it comes to aging. Uh yeah, not fun. Lots of isolation. Lots of not talking to anyone for like centuries.
Okay.
So definitely not the most stable of individuals, but his heart is in the right place. He is trying to be as good of a person as possible and trying to help the world.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Okay, so I feel like we're probably. I think this was a pretty good little session.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just talked. Yeah, yeah. So I'll work on. Yeah, I'll work on some more stuff. I'll try to. We'll figure out what we do about the whole like some of your backstory. Like, yeah, we'll work on figuring out like how the cure might. What plot or what hooks he has to figure out the for the cure he's pursuing.
Mhm.
So I'll try putting that in there somehow. You might yeah maybe you might find like certain places might have lead like maybe you have like a lead to start with, right?
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, I feel this is pretty eventful. So
Yeah.
I feel like,
Cool.
yeah, this is kind of how I do it. Like I go down with a couple players and we just talk about it a bunch and work on stuff and kind of put everyone together and start trying to play. I guess it's kind
Okay.
of like it takes time. It takes time, but I think it's worth it over time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we'll see who stays and who goes, and we'll see whether people even like each other, right? So like you never really know. You have to
For
meet them
sure.
first. You have to talk to them, and you have to. It's a big process. But, okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you later then.
Okay. Yeah. Good meeting you.
Yeah, it was good meeting you too.
All right. Well, take care.
Take care.